So Pam and I have this chair in our living room. It has soft fabric upholstery, a nice headrest, padded armrest, and it reclines all the way back with a perfectly placed footrest. It is so comfortable. We have no reason to change it until it becomes less comfortable. The upholstery wears thin, it doesn't recline all the way, springs start poking through the fabric. And that's the way it should be with furniture. Not so with an imperfect society. The great showman P.T. Barnum, he knew a little bit about people, the way we think, why we do the things we do. He had to in his line of work. And he said, comfort is the enemy of progress. One of the questions you'll be asked to answer for the Long Range Planning Task Force is, what part of the mission statement most speaks to you? And what would you like to take action on? What action would you like to take? I want to work for equity, justice, and peace for all people. And if we are to make progress in those domains, we are going to have to give up being comfortable. I want to help us get out of our comfort zones. We are all beneficiaries of some aspect of privilege that may be in regard to wealth, race, education, occupation, gender, sexual identity, ability, parenting, and so on and so on. I would put it to you that even the one thing that ties us all together here this morning, Unitarian Universalism, is a privilege. And the privilege that we accrue brings with it status and opportunities that some of us have and many of us don't. I know a young man who went off to college and during orientation participated in a privilege walk where a group of people in a room start off in a line and they get a series of statements read to them like my parents read to me at night. And if the statement applies to them, they get to take a step forward until one person reaches a line at the other end of the room. This young man reached that line first. He had always thought that he had achieved his many successes because he was smart and hardworking and organized and determined, all of which were true. But he was dismayed to have to recognize that all along, he had a tailwind pushing him forward. I want to help us to recognize, acknowledge, deeply understand, dare I say, grok for the hippies out there, where we have benefited and others haven't. And I want us to feel a sense of unease and disquiet about it. I want us to squirm as if a spring is sticking up through the fabric of our very comfortable lazy boy of life, and we feel compelled to do something about it. Stepping out of our comfort zones may require us, individually and as a congregation, to step outside of ourselves. I am an avowed 100% committed introvert, but I commit to spending time with people to achieve equity even when I am feeling overwhelmed with human Congress. I want to invite you to watch the documentary, I'm Not Racist, Am I? With me. I want to take a privilege walk with you. I want to join you in choosing to act as an anti-racist. I want to be an active participant in our partnership with Sin Barreras. I want to share notes with you after we take multiple implicit association tests to help us recognize our own homophobia, transphobia, sexism, ageism, ableism, racism, and so on. And despite the fact that I've been touting the disadvantage of being uncomfortable, I want to help us to learn how to disregard our discomfort so that we feel empowered to be allies of those who are subjected to discriminatory, inequitable behavior. Being uncomfortable may mean trying things that we've never tried before, being around people we're not accustomed to spending time with, setting ourselves to being vulnerable to failure. But nothing short of that will enable us to be the progress-minded congregation that we aspire to be.